Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd with John Rule on the 23rd of June 2014, and we've got a book here, and we're going to show you some pictures. Okay, John, there you are. Polygala,
Oh yes, beautiful.
field milkweed.
tiny.
And see in the background you've
Right.
got sensitive briar. And see the little yellow flower behind the polygala?
I do.
That's a pencil flower. I told you
Oh,
we'd have one in
yours.
here.
And this is Asclepia tuberosa, is it?
Yes, sir. And a butterfly that matches. What's that?
Right. A monarch.
A female monarch butterfly. First one I've got to photograph this year.
They are very
Photographed her.
rare this year so
Really?
far.
Yeah. And also about, 30 yards from,
And yes.
this is
they're
on a plan about 30
caterpillar.
yards from where she was.
Oh, that's great.
And I got a few shots of the caterpillar,
Right.
and that was pretty clear.
Yeah,
And
that's
notice
nice.
he's eating the flower.
Right.
And I've noticed that over the years with the ones in my yard and everywhere, the tuberosa is beautiful. Everybody loves it. They call it butterfly weed,
There's the
but okay,
passion flower.
Yes, sir. But the monarch caterpillars like to eat the flowers more than they do the foliage.
Oh, really?
That's why that one was
I
on there.
didn't know that.
And
Uh-huh.
somebody else had a picture like that too. Okay, that's I guess a carpenter bee.
Right.
We had one last week, but he wasn't on.
Yeah, well,
It wasn't on this Asclepias tuberosa. So these are cropped, I think, a little bit. I got real close, and then I cropped or adjusted maybe a little. Okay, this is the flower that it's also in the pea family.
yeah.
It's a legume. And I shot these this morning. I didn't have time to look it up and get the name right, and that's why I asked you to bring the book inside so we could look for it. And I don't have a clear shot of it. I mean, I don't have a clear identity for it, but it's in the legume family. It is a native. It's a beautiful small native, but it's not as tiny as that pencil flower, which is also a legume. And you'll see how round the leaves are,
I do.
and those leaves are characteristic of it. Three
Uh-huh.
leaves that are round, whereas
dark
most
green. Yeah.
and most legumes they'll have longer leaves, skinny leaves, and so
Right.
forth. And the ones up near the flowers are actually smaller, I guess.
Yeah.
They kind of whirl around it.
That's a very distinctive leaf.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful little flower, and it was a rainy day this morning and in afternoon still. And
Right.
so, I love to photograph things when the light's on them like this and,
Right.
they're wet. But, most of the pictures I made this morning, I sort of fouled up because I had to go back and do it again. I
Oh,
had to spend an hour and a half out there or something
oh my.
trying to get these. And these worked out, but I ended up having to adjust some of these. Like this was
Right.
adjusted.
Milkweed.
Yeah, that's the tiny Asclepias verticillata. And it's the smallest of the milkweeds that grows anywhere around here. And I don't know about the rest of the world, but I guess the vine milkweed would be, they have bigger leaves though. They have big
Right.
leaves, yeah. So this would be the narrow-leafed version of milkweed for sure. That's in the, what do we call it, Rudbeckia family,
Rudbeckia.
coneflowers, and what else do you call them? Black-eyed Susans.
Black-eyed Susan.
Or brown-eyed Susans. They're
There's so many
similar in that
kinds.
category. I don't know what that's going to be, but I know it's going to be beautiful because it's
Yes.
starting out real
It
nice.
certainly is.
And every year when I see one of those, I can't guess what it is early. And that's why I keep.
Man, that's intriguing.
Now, this is that blunt leaf milkweed that you've looked at.
Uh-huh.
And two of the plants out that area we visited where these were so
Starting
plentiful,
to form
they've got a pod.
a
Yeah.
pod.
And the pod is healthy on that one. The other one that's got a pod, it's the tip is damaged. See,
Yeah.
we were talking about there are only, okay, this is back to that legume.
Yeah, right.
But on that blunt leaf milkweed, Asclepias amplexicalis,
Yeah.
it only has one flower stem. It's not like three at a time, way up and down the stem on these others. Now, see, that's pretty clear there, and
Yeah.
see parts of the flower that you couldn't see on these others. And so, like I say, some of those are adjusted. But till next time, this Aubrey Shepherd asks you to use your flower book before you come on TV. Do your part to help keep the water clean, air pure. Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd, and this is John Rule, and it's the 23rd of June, 2014. Let's see some photos of wildflowers. Aha, John. I've been scared.
Oh, yes, this is where all the milkweed got mowed unnecessarily.
Uh-huh. See how steep the slope is? Those guys could get killed on those mowing machines, mowing on those slopes. They shouldn't even be allowed to do that. And when they take out native plants, you see that one was bent down, broken. Now, you're taking it. Tell me, you took a good sniff of that.
Yes, it
common.
It has a wonderful aroma or perfume, right.
It's the only milkweed.
You can see I'm reacting.
Yes. You say, wow, or something. But now here's another place that was mowed that you didn't go to me with, but it had not only, that's the Asclepias viridis
Green milkweed, yeah.
seed pods you can identify.
Right.
But that same spot had several purple
ones standing
milkweeds.
high.
Yeah.
Right behind.
And it was there. The mower had been down the road, but then the lady, I guess, anyway, this field is right across the fence from that. And apparently, and you see how many milkweed plants are standing out there? And the lady that owns that property has milkweed next to her sidewalk right there. See that? See, there's one on each side. That's Asclepias viridis. It's beautiful. And she gave me permission to go out there and photograph. Maybe get out in there in that field.
Oh, this is the destructive area where they had to set the big fire.
Yeah.
Logs.
And it was going a week, 2 weeks after. They just keep saying.
Throwing a lot of carbon into the heavens.
Yes, it's a crime, wasting.
And that's Monarda, one type of bee balm or tea plant.
Yeah, and I do love bumblebees and carpenter bees and.
I'm glad to see them. I'm glad to see them.
Somebody said might be a box elder bug, but it's on an elderberry leaf or flower there. And it's tiny, hard to get a picture of that good. And that's some kind of bumblebee on the Monarda. And notice there's a bee down there on the side of it.
I saw the little bitty one.
And this is Monarda, but this is a flower fly, and I not only tried to zoom on it, I had to crop it to get it big as that. You can see two of them. One of them's on there, and the other one's moving.
Approaching or leaving.
And it is actually showing its. This is echinacea with, do you know the butterfly? I think it's American Lady. It's one
beauty.
Of the Vanessa family, and they look pretty similar. And maybe one day I'll have examples of each of them the same week. See, I don't usually go back to other weeks for things. I just try to do the latest things I've taken photos of.
Certainly beautiful.
But, and the secret there, that one's down on the square. This is a, clear-winged moth. See how clear its wings are?
Right.
And that's what'd you call it? Bora?
Squash borer moth?
Yeah.
Squash borer. Beautiful.
And so if you can stand to let them eat some of your squash, you can have those.
They do it anyway.
That's what lays the eggs on.
Right,
so
I understand.
You just don't see them.
I understand it. I never had caught one in the act.
And that's just telling you that it's June's.
They're usually upside down, laying the eggs underneath the leaf.
Yeah, you don't see them.
Squash borer.
This was the party at the Rock House. Tricycle Farms is Lee said. There's my daughter, and you know that young man maybe, but his mom used to be one of the directors of
Melanie. Diesel.
That's her son.
Yeah.
And my
He's a
daughter and he were friends from a year ago.
Very successful musician.
My daughter got pretty silly out there. She enjoyed tricycling. You can see her up in the tree. And that's what they call the diversity tree, because there's something like 5 species
Five
in
trees in
one
one place. We have a clump like that.
Okay, this is a photo I made this morning at Pinnacle Prairie, and this is the first year in a long time that those obedient plants have grown right along the trail. So I was glad to see them. People can see them from the trail right now. If you want to go on a paved trail, you can see those close.
Yeah,
Now's
those
the
are
time to do
lobelias.
it.
Yeah, did you say? What did you say they were? I'm sorry.
Obedient plants.
Yeah,
So
okay.
next time the Aubrey Shepherd asks you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See you.
Amen.
That's it.